Well, folks, it may be time for Donald Trump's lawyers to go out and hire some lawyers of their own because, once again, referring back to that DOJ filing from late Tuesday evening, it certainly looks like they're guilty of obstruction of justice. Now, of course, I can't say that they are guilty. I'm saying it looks to me like they are guilty. Obviously, they're not guilty unless they're convicted in court, but that filing kind of lays out the case for obstruction of justice for at least two of Donald Trump's lawyers, the lead being Christina Bobb, the other being Evan Corcoran. So here's what happened. On June 3rd, Christina Bobb and Evan Corcoran met with the FBI. They gave them some items from Mar Lago. Then Christina Bobb signed a testimony. Signed testimony is what it's referred to as, which means if you're lying, you are easily prosecuted for that. Signed the testimony written by Evan Corcoran saying that this is all that's left. There are no other documents down here at Mar Lago. June 3rd, that happened, a little over 2 months before the FBI went in there and found all of the other documents, the top secret, the classified, all of it. So, where the legal issue comes in, where possible obstruction of justice comes in, is whether or not Christina Bobb knew that what she was signing was a lie. And whether or not Evan Corcoran knew what he was writing, because again, he wrote this thing that Bobb signed. If he knew it was a lie, then that's also obstruction for two lawyers. So again, maybe time for the lawyers themselves to actually lawyer up, because that is pretty damning. And here's the other part of it. It's not just that if they knowingly signed a document that they knew was filled with lies, they get charged with obstruction. If they didn't know that it was a lie, if they genuinely believed that this was all there was, we've looked, we can't find any, we've asked Trump, he said, no, this is it. And then they signed it, then that would be a bad faith act by their client, which of course would give them clearance to drop him. So either way, these lawyers have a basically easy way to say, I'm done with Trump. He lied to me, made me accidentally lie to the FBI, so I'm done with this. Or they knowingly lied to the FBI and they could easily be charged with obstruction of justice. This is exceptionally serious stuff here. Okay, this goes far beyond just Donald Trump had some documents he wasn't supposed to have. And I'm not even talking about the national security implications of this. I am talking about the fact that the FBI tried for months and months and months to get these documents back. They did everything they could to avoid any kind of public spectacle. They didn't want to have to deal with subpoenas. They didn't want to have to do any of that. They tried and tried and tried and tried, made a good faith effort to get Trump's lawyers to comply, to get Trump to comply, to get everybody on that end to just give us these things back, and then nobody gets charged and nobody has to know about it. But their refusal is what has led to more trouble. Because not only are we now dealing with possible violations of the Espionage Act, possible violations of the Presidential Records Act, we're also dealing with a pretty massive cover-up that may extend as far as to Trump's lawyers themselves. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.